Wife Material Podcast. Going to the club or going on a girls trip is cheating. There's a lot of things that's cheating. I mean, even just being on online in DMs, interacting with guys is cheating. If you're having conversations with guys on the internet, for example, publicly, like in comment section and stuff like that, not that big of a deal because one, is public. Anybody can see the interactions. And if the interactions are appropriate, then it's not an issue per se. Somebody, your boyfriend, husband could still have an issue with it, but at least it's public, so it's not secret. The problem is when it's secret, right? When it's private, when it's not public. So when you're interacting with the opposite gender and it's not public, that can be an issue, right? So that's why if you're in a relationship, you're supposed to turn your DMs off. You're supposed to turn your comment section off if you have social medias. You know what I mean? Because you shouldn't ever have a situation where you feel you have to reply to somebody's comment. Like, you don't if they never got to comment in the first place. These features exist. You can turn the comment section off on your booty pics, on your thirst traps, the stuff you were doing when you were single. Once you're in a relationship, you're supposed to turn that stuff off. There is a feature called archiving. You can archive your Instagram, right? You can archive content on your Instagram. That way, if you still want to post stuff like pictures of you and your boyfriend, for example, then you can start posting that. But first and foremost is like, once you get in a relationship, you're there for the relationship. You're not there to keep doing what you're doing and you just have a relationship on the side like it's an accessory, like it's a Netflix subscription. Like you just, I have it in case I want to watch stuff on Netflix. I have it just in case. It's not like a gym membership. I have the membership in case I feel like going to the gym. No. When you get in a relationship, you're supposed to be in the relationship. This is an active duty thing. A relationship is just like a job. You don't go apply, get hired for a job, and then just be like, all right, I'm gonna stay at home. I'm not gonna go to work. I don't feel like it. Maybe I'll go to work once in a while. That's not how you treat a relationship. That's not what a relationship is. Relationship is a job. It's a career. It's a lifestyle. It's something you choose to do for a lifetime. There's a lot of females out here that want long-term relationships. There's guys out here that want long-term relationships. They want that job, right? To be there for somebody, to take care of them, and vice versa. That's what you do when you go to work. You go to work to help out the job, to help out your employers succeed in whatever they're trying to do. So when you get with a boyfriend or a husband, that's your purpose, is to help them achieve whatever they're trying to achieve. If they're trying to become a millionaire, you're supposed to help them with that. Not just be there conveniently once in a while, or treat him like he's there when you're bored. No, that's not what a relationship is about. If all you want to do is what you want to do, then don't get in a relationship. You're not entitled to one. You earn a relationship. A relationship is a privilege, something you earn, something you're supposed to be worthy for. You're not entitled to it. So that's why it's a problem when you have ladies out here wanting to be in a relationship but still wanting to be single. It's like wanting a job that pays really good but don't want to do the job. It's like, yeah, I got the job, it pays really well, I make a lot of money, but I never go to work. What? No, it doesn't work that way, nor should it. But that's the crazy delusional stuff you have nowadays, where people literally think they can get something for nothing. I can have a relationship and not act like I'm in a relationship. I can go to the clubs, shake my ass, do my mating dance ritual, shaking my ass to music in front of a whole bunch of dudes who are there looking for somebody else's girlfriend to take home, or a single chick to take home. The thing is, there should only be single people at a club. That's what it's for. It's for singles to mingle. It is not for people in relationships. It's not for wives. It's not for girlfriends. It's not for boyfriends, husbands. There's a problem if there's girlfriends at the club, if there's boyfriends at the club, if there's husbands at the club, if there's wives at the club. That's not, clubs are not for husbands and wives and girlfriends and boyfriends. Clubs are for singles, not people who are already in relationships. And the idea of like, oh, but I met him in the club, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you met him, and now the club time is over because you met him. You went to the club looking. Should have at least been. If your goal is not, going to the club was not to find your boyfriend or future husband, which is not the best place to find that kind of stuff, but let's say you did find that stuff. If your goal was that, and you found it, well, then the club time is over, right? It's like being a fisherman. When you go to like a lake and start fishing, once you catch fish, right, you take your fish and go home. You can eat it and live your life. What you don't do is just stay at the pond. You already caught fishes. Don't stay at the pond still trying to fish. Why? You already have more than enough. Leave the rest of the fishes in the pond for other people to fish. Other people who want one or two. Right? It's very selfish to get a man but still want to be surrounded by a whole bunch of men. Like that's selfish, because you do realize that those guys are potential boyfriends / husbands for other females, other women. And what you're doing is preventing them from finding the woman for them, the girlfriend for them, because you're literally there distracting them. You already got your man, and you're supposed to only have one in the first place. And usually when you're in love, when you truly love a man, every other guy is invisible, so you shouldn't be on a club trying to get any other guy's attention. Same thing's been online. Shouldn't be talking to guys online. You know, definitely not for like a week straight, going back and forth. When you have a boyfriend, the only one you should be talking a lot with should be your boyfriend or husband. Shouldn't be some dude, you know, you started talking to online. Definitely shouldn't be liking his thirst trap pictures or videos, right? You know, things that have pictures of him, and that's the only thing you like. You don't like anything else. You don't like anything else either. He might have some motivational videos or some, you know, content like a podcast or something. You don't like those things, but you like his pictures. You like anything that has to do with him specifically. That's very suspicious. That type of behavior is the behavior of a female that likes a guy for him, not for what he does or for anything else. She's ignoring everything else because she's more interested in him. That right there is suspicious. Any guy would be suspicious of if his girlfriend was doing stuff like that, liking things, liking guys, right? And then not only liking these guys' stuff, right, pictures and stuff, but also interacting with them, talking with them, and doing it privately, right, through DMs and stuff. That would be an issue. So don't do that. That is cheating, right? Because we all know that that's how it starts. Because sex doesn't happen unless a female chooses to it. So if a guy ends up, who's in a relationship, married or has a girlfriend, ends up having sex with a female that's not his wife or girlfriend, that's because that female chose him for sex, right? Chose to give him sex. He took the opportunity because it was offered. He didn't go chasing for it. He didn't convince her to give it to him. It was her choice, right? Her body, her choice, which means her responsibility, her fault, right? Accountability is important. So a guy can't cheat if females are not out here opening up their legs to every guy they see. Only open up their legs to their guy. And you should be having a guy. Because one, it's not that hard for you to get guys to like you, for guys to want to have sex with you. But to have them want you as a relationship, that's where you have to put in the real work. But once you have them, once you have your boyfriend or husband, that's it. Stop putting your bait out there. Stop opening up your legs to every guy you see. Stop liking guys' posts. especially if it's just him. Like, if you like, his car or something like that, it's a little irrelevant. It's like, okay, you like the car. But if you like pictures of him and it's just him, it's like, oh, the only thing in this picture is just him, which means you liking the picture means you liking him. That seems a little suspect. And females typically don't go around trying to like things unless they like, right? So females don't make a habit of just randomly liking things, right? See, guys, even when we have a girlfriend, we never stop liking girls, right? We never stop liking females. The thing is, females are never invisible to guys. Guys, everywhere we go, we're always looking to see if there's any females around. You even heard that expression before. Where are the bitches at? Right? Because any situation would be boring without, for guys anyway, without females being around. So even females look around and be like, oh, there's a whole bunch of guys here and not a lot of females here. I don't want to be here because there's not a lot of females. Which means females don't see these guys as worthy of them being here, worthy of their attention. So if females don't like these guys, well, I don't like them either. That's known as social proof. And that's how the female gender thing. If there's guys and there aren't a lot of females around them, then he's not worth anything to them. That's just how y'all think. That's how y'all do things. So, it's not the same when it comes to guys. A guy is looking for a chick that's by herself, right? And it's like, yep, I'm interested in her. She's my type. We don't be like, oh, she's surrounded by a whole bunch of dudes. Clearly, she's my type. No, that's not how we think. But anyway, like it is, like when guys are liking pictures, it's because he likes what he likes. He likes females, so he's going to like female pictures. If he likes twerking videos, he's going to keep liking twerking videos. Even if he has a girlfriend, he's still going to keep liking twerking videos. He's never going to stop liking what he likes, right? So you can't judge a guy's intent based off of what he likes. It's when he starts doing things. It's when he starts, talking and shooting his shot, as they say. It's when he starts trying to interact with the female. That's when he likes her, right? Because, most guys will agree it's kind of childish just to like her booty pics and then think that equals she'll notice that you like her. No. Especially, it's the internet, so her booty pic has gotten thousands and millions of likes. So your like is not going to matter. Your like is not going to stand out. It's when you actually start saying things that gets her attention. So if you comment, even if she has 1 million comments under her post, and you comment and she notices your comment out of all those comments, that's a big deal. And then you start interacting, going back and forth, and then y'all take the conversation out of the the public, right, the comment section, and then take it into some place private, DMs, Snapchat, other places like that. Then that's different. Then that's like, oh, okay, well, I was upgraded from the comment section. I was upgraded from the, millions of likes, from the millions of comments, and I was upgraded into a more exclusive club. The I got her attention club. The I got a shot with her club. I'm getting a chance to holler at her club, whatever you want to call it, right? The point is you finally got past all that other bullshit, all that shit that she typically ignores. She noticed you, pulled you out of that, pulled you out of the comment section, and brought you somewhere better, right? Brought you to heaven, however way you want to look at it, the promised land, however way you want to look at it. Y'all now in the talking phase. That's why and think about all that, and she got a man. Woo! Wouldn't that be a problem? Out of all that, she pulls you out of that comment section. Out of all those likes that she be getting, she pulled you out there. Now you're all Snapchatting, Instagram DMing and shit, right? And maybe even FaceTiming and shit. That's some extreme shit right there, FaceTime and whatnot. And she got a man. How is that not cheating? Like I said, it's like every guy on the planet is invisible to a female that is in love. So if she loves you, she ain't talking to nobody. She ain't liking nothing. She ain't interacting with the opposite sex. But when she starts interacting with the opposite sex, red flag. You know, something's going on here. Check your girl. She seems to be woke. She seems to no longer be blind to the existence of other guys, right? And that's where female cheating starts, right? See, when a guy has sex with a female, it's spontaneous. It's not deliberate. It's not pre-planned. But when a woman cheats, it's deliberate. It's pre-planned. She takes her time. One, she has to find somebody worthy of her time, because she's not just going to have sex with just anybody, regardless of how some females out here, I could just have random sex with just anybody. Nope. Emotions got to be involved. You're vetting the guy that you have sex with. You have to see him as better than the boyfriend you already have, the guy you already have. You're not going to fuck down. You're always going to try to fuck up, right? And that's what causes you to fuck up the relationship. You're always going to try to fuck up. So once you see her start liking other guys who have things you don't have, looks better than you, taller than you, stronger than you, whatever criteria, whatever things that make him, that's perceived as better than you, and she's giving that guy attention, likes and stuff like that, then yeah, there's an issue there. But that's leading to something, right? Because the thing is, guys, when they see a chick that they like, they're going to try to shoot their shot, with or without, whether they have a boyfriend or not. But it's how she reacts, how she responds. If she ignores them, then she's loyal, right? She's in love. If she doesn't ignore him, she's not loyal. She's not in love. And that's where the cheating starts. When she starts noticing other guys trying to get her attention, that's when the cheating starts. But for a guy, that's not how cheating happens. And I'm not saying it's okay for guys to cheat. I'm just pointing out the differences of how guys cheat versus how females cheat, and why there's a difference, and why going to the club is cheating. Talking to guys online is cheating. Right? Liking, stuff that some other guy is doing, mainly liking stuff that has him in it specifically, is cheating, right? Or at least it's leading to it. They call it soft cheat. That's like a term that we use in card games. When we say soft cheat, where it's like you're not deliberately trying to cheat, but your actions created a situation where it was against the rule, right? Where it was cheating. Like, you're not supposed to be talking to another guy when you already have a guy. When you already have a boyfriend, you're not supposed to be talking to other guys. Definitely not supposed to be talking to other guys as if they are your boyfriend, and be interacting with them the same way you interact with your boyfriend. Your boyfriend is supposed to be at a higher level, so you're supposed to interact with him and treat him differently than you would treat every other guy. Every other guy is supposed to be treated differently than how you treat your boyfriend. Boyfriend's supposed to get better treatment than some random dude out here. So when a random guy in her DMs or at a club or on a girl's trip and whatnot is getting boyfriend treatment, husband treatment, or even getting better treatment than the boyfriend and the husband, there is a problem. That's cheating. That's the problem. It's going to lead. Most relationships end because of female. And that's just a fact. Not an opinion, not, my point of view, my experience. No, it's just in general. Usually the female is the reason why the relationships don't work out. Now, I use my own experience, why I do have some exes. There were circumstances that caused us to have to go our separate ways because I was literally going from one city to another city or one country to another country. So I couldn't stay in the relationship. I literally had to leave. So the relationship had to end. But for the relationship that ended, that wasn't because of circumstances that extreme, then it was largely because the female. She's the reason why the relationship had to end. Either because her eyes were wandering somewhere else. Like one of my most recent relationships, many years back. I should say a relationship many years back. I'll say over 12 years ago, there was one relationship where, the relationship wasn't going to last that long anyway, but it ended sooner than later because I started noticing that she was she was pushing me away. She was less intimate, less engaging. Started giving me the vibes, as they say now, that she's feeling some type of way, that her feelings for me are fading. I can see it, I can feel it, obviously. Especially when she used to be very affectionate and suddenly started being less affectionate. So that's starting to be obvious that she's starting to plan out leaving the relationship. Because, obviously, I already knew that, I already told her before we started that the relationship was going to end. It was that the relationship is not going to last long. It's going to end. She disagreed, obviously, female logic, thinking that the relationship is going to last forever. But it's like, no, it is going to end. I'll be leaving this place, this city, in less than a year. So you have until I leave for this relationship. So understand, this relationship's not gonna last. So it will end. So if you really want it that bad, knowing that it's going to end, all right, fine, I'll be your boyfriend. I wasn't interested in being a boyfriend because I knew it wasn't going to last. It's like, I'm not going to be here that long. I'm leaving in a couple months. But she really wanted the relationship. It was like, all right, as long as you understand the situation, you understand it's not going to last. So don't get attached. I'm literally leaving. The relationship is going to end. So, but it ended sooner than expected. But not too surprising. Shit happens. So that was the point. It's like she agreed to be in a relationship that she knew was going to end. But then before it actually ended on its own, based off of our time period, she was the reason that it started ending. Because she started leaving the relationship while still in it, right? It's like being at work. And for the first couple months, you're a good hard worker. But then after a couple months, right, you start slacking, start coming in a minute later or something like that. You take a couple minutes longer in your lunch break or something. Just certain you don't finish your work as like you used to. Sometimes you still have work left before you leave. So like certain patterns start emerging, and any good boss, right, is going to notice when their employee is no longer given the same energy they did when they first started. So they're going to notice, and they, should take appropriate actions. And typically, a lot of times, it does end up in firing them. So it's not surprising that when a woman, right, in a relationship starts, being less active in the relationship, less in the relationship, she just starts acting like she's just there, like she's being held against her will in the relationship, then that's when, the relationship goes. Because a guy can be in a relationship and feel like he's a prisoner in the relationship, right? Feel like he's being held hostage. But he always can leave, right? He always has the option. Just like, females can leave too, but the difference is that guys are logical. They know that they're in the relationship for a reason. Just like a guy hates his job, doesn't want to do the job no more, but he knows how important it is for him to have the job because it pays the bills, right? So even if he hates the job, even if he starts slacking, he's going to do his best to at least not make it obvious that he's slacking at the job. That way he doesn't get fired because he's not trying to lose the job. So a guy will be in a relationship that he no longer likes just because he'd rather have the relationship than not. Because if he has to quit the job or get fired from the relationship, right, and have to start all over again with somebody new, it's going to be hard, right? It's not that hard for a female to get another guy to be quick to, because there's already a line. There's already guys lined up waiting for her to be single again. There ain't a line lined up for a guy to be single, right? So that's the difference. So that's why the idea of like going to the clubs and stuff like that, that's basically you going to a job interview when you already have a job. It's like, why are you going there? Oh, it's to dance and music. It's like you can dance and music at home. You don't need to go out to dance to music. You can do that at home. Just like if you have a home gym, you don't have to go to a Planet Fitness, for example. You have a home gym, just use your home gym. You know? It's like, I want to go, out. It's like you have Netflix, but you want to go to movie theaters. Now, I get it. I'm not saying that, movie theaters ain't cool in their way. I get it, but it's like, but if you have Netflix and you can watch the same movies on Netflix, you're better off staying home. Why have the Netflix if you still want to go out? Just like, why do you want a relationship if you still want to go out as if you're not in a relationship? Why get a movie pass, right? Some type of movie subscription service, some subscription service where you can watch movies but still go to the movie theaters. Especially if you keep choosing to go to movie theaters more often than you use the subscription, then why do you get the subscription, right? With that logic, why get in a relationship if you're going to still go out and act like you're not in a relationship? 90% of the time, y'all ladies don't take y'all man out to these types of activities or involve them in these types of things that you're doing. So of course, it's going to be a problem. Because I doubt when you get on Instagram, your boyfriend's there watching you on Instagram, watching what you're doing, watching who you're interacting with, what you're liking. I doubt he's there watching you scroll through your feed, right? I doubt he's doing those things because I doubt you're allowing him to do those things. I doubt you're sharing that with him. And like I said, your comments section should be disabled. Your inbox for DMs should be disabled, right? Because if your man has to reach you, he has to hit you up. That's what the phone's for. That's what text messaging for. Email, whatever. Like y'all can have a private email just for you and him, and the email has both your names together or something, and you use it. Y'all use it to interact, to talk to each other. Like, both of y'all have an email that has each other's name in it, and y'all use it to communicate with each other. Whatever. You get my point. The point is y'all shouldn't you shouldn't be able to interact with each other. You should have ways to communicate and stay in touch, obviously. That doesn't involve other people. Trying to use Instagram as a way to keep in contact with your boyfriend's like, that's a no-no. It's like, no. Phone number, text message. Make it personal and direct. Like, call him, FaceTime him. Like, don't try to do all this extra shit, trying to talk to him through Instagram when you're getting a whole bunch of messages. Try to Snapchat him when you have a whole bunch of people in your Snapchat. Like, come on, be for real. So, with this type of mindset, this idea is like, don't go to the clubs. Don't try to go girls' night out type stuff. Like, girls trip. Try to go somewhere with your female friends, especially your single female friends, which are more likely going to try to make it where you need to act single. You can't roll with us and act like you got a man. You got to roll with us and act like you single, which rhymes with mingle, and that's a problem. When you're acting single, everyone thinks you're ready to mingle. And that's not the vibe you should be putting out there when you're in a relationship. The type of vibe you're supposed to put out there when you're in a relationship is that you're in a relationship. Your relationship is supposed to be kryptonite to the rest of the world. It's supposed to be a leave me alone type of thing. Guys should understand it. You're off limits. Right? You're off the market. That you're taken. You belong to him, not the streets. Right? These are important things to have and to keep in mind. But in this day and age, with everybody, growing up with the internet, everybody, especially at the age, before the age of 18, being on the internet thinking that, oh, a like is a like. That doesn't mean anything. Bullshit. Psychologically, it does. It means something to you, the person who's liking, and it means something to the person who's being liked or having their stuff liked. So the idea of but stuff on the internet, they have the like button for a reason. Yes, they do, but it's not for you to automatically press it. That's not the reason for the like button. The like button is not something you have to press like it's an impulse, like you have no control if you like something or not. If you like, a picture of a guy, without his shirt and he's all muscular and stuff like that, that's a choice. You chose to like the picture. You could just look at it and admire it. Nothing wrong with liking what you see. But to publicly, make it obvious you like it, announcing yourself like, hey, I clicked the like button. The guy who posted this picture is going to know that I liked it because he's going to get a notification. Other people who see this post are going to probably check the likes, see who liked the post, and they're going to see me there. Especially if I'm a mutual. That's the thing. Social medias have set it up where they're trying to connect everybody because they're trying to connect everything. And they're trying to make sure that if your girlfriend or wife is liking another guy's pictures, you as the boyfriend or husband are going to be able to know. You're going to see it. At some point in time, you're going to notice. You're going to see a trail, crumb trail, leading to something suspicious, something that's going on behind the scenes, as it were. And that's the thing, a lot of relationships fell apart largely because of that. Because of females entertaining other guys. Even if they had no intention to cheat or even continue a conversation with a guy. They were just bored one day. One day they were bored and they just felt like replying to a guy and having a back and forth. Again, cheating. That's essentially what that is cheating. It's like, instead of waiting for your husband or boyfriend to get home or to hit you up, or especially if he was sleeping. Like, he's sleeping, that's why he couldn't message you, because he's asleep. Because, he has to go to work. And then you decide to talk to some other guy because the other guy is not working. The other guy's not asleep. Like, that's cheating. For females, sex is not cheating, right? As in, like, y'all don't cheat sexually, per se. The way y'all cheat is through attention, right? Because that's what matters to you. For y'all, attention is sex. For guys, sex is sex. That's the difference. Y'all like the psychological shit. We like the physical shit. That's why sex is just sex for guys. It's not love. It's nothing more than that. It's just sex. It's just a function. Just a physical activity that we can do. Just like we have the ability to lift heavy things, we have the ability to fuck. It's just something we can do. We can piss standing up. It's just something we can do. Right? It's not a reflection of who we are as a person. Right? It's not a reflection of our love. The way guys show love is through our actions other than sex. Through protecting, providing, through problem solving, through giving a fuck, through our hearts. Guys truly love through their hearts, not their penises. Females is actually the opposite. Y'all do love through your vaginas. So once y'all feel love, because you're always, in your feelings. So once you feel love, that's when you're willing to open your legs, open your body to a guy. So that's why it's not a good idea to interact with guys at a club. girls trip, you know, social medias, because then that just opens up the possibility of you getting in your feelings, because some guy's going to say some stuff that's going to make you feel some type of way, and that's going to open up the other floodgates, which we all know ultimately will eventually open up your legs, and that will create a problem, especially when you're already in a relationship. So that's the thing. Guys cheat guys cheat because of opportunity, because females offered the booty. Females cheat the slow way by building something, by vetting a guy, right? By testing the water, seeing what's out there, what's available. And once she finds something of interest that catches her interest, that catches her attention, because attention is important to her, then the cheating begins. It's a slow process, which is why it's far worse than when a guy cheats. Because when a guy cheats, like, really, do you couldn't say no, right? You couldn't keep it in your pants. Like, I understand it was tempting. I understand it was a nice offer, but you should have thought about it. Should have been logical, right? So, like I said, not excusing if a guy cheats. Definitely not excusing if a female cheats. Just pointing out the differences in why it happens. You know, you see it all the time. This is something that a lot of us are clearly seeing, clear as day. That's why it's so ironic that most females don't even know this. There are some women out there that do know this. They'll be like, yeah, that is true. That is literally why, you know, that's why it is cheating. But then you got females who'll be like, nah, if those things are cheating, then if a guy does this cheating too, it's like, nah, guys, it's for a different reason. If a guy cheats, it's because a female went through all that process, went through all that stuff of liking his pictures and this, that, and the third, and giving him attention and laughing at his corny jokes, and the list goes on. Like, you know, that's the difference. It's like a guy can't cheat unless a female allowed it to happen. So only females cheat. Guys do not cheat. They're just stupid enough to fall for the trap. They're stupid enough to take the opportunity when it was presented, when they're already in a relationship. It's one thing if you're single, then yeah, dudes, you know, you're single, yeah, girl showing you attention, this, that, she opens her legs to you, fine, you do you. But if you're in a relationship, you know, stop, think about it, guys, right? Logically, be logical. But for females, it's totally different. For y'all, it is a choice. Because as soon as y'all stop loving your man or the guy you were with, the guy you spend weeks talking to get in the first place, and then now you're talking to another guy, which is also taking weeks to happen. You know, that's the thing. Y'all ladies, y'all literally vet. Y'all do like job interview type shit when it comes to cheating. Guys don't. Guys are like kind of like, it's like offering somebody like, hey, I'll give you $20 to mow my lawn, and the guy's like, $20 to mow the lawn? Yeah, deal. That's how it works out for guys when they cheat, right? But for females, they gotta do a resume interview, this, that, and the third. They gotta do multiple interviews, aka multiple conversations, multiple DMs and stuff like that. When a guy cheats, it's usually not, especially if he's doing it physically, right? If he physically goes somewhere, like he's at the supermarket or something, and some chick hits on him, it's not gonna take that long, right? Especially if she doesn't want to take long. If she wants if she wants to speed up the process, she can. The point I'm making is that females are the ones who choose how fast or how slow cheating happens. And again, only females can make cheating happen. Cheating cannot happen because a guy wants it to happen. It only happens when a female wants it to happen. That's why I always say that only females cheat, not guys. Guys don't cheat. They're just stupid enough to take the offer when they already have a job, basically, right? They take another job offer when they already have a job. It's like, what? You're offering me a blowjob? Deal, I'll take it. But wait a minute, I already got somebody at home that can do that for me. You know what I mean? Be logical. You already have benefits at home, yet you're trying to get these extra benefits that's being offered to you. See, now, like I said, like a job, if a female, right, is vetting another guy, talking to him for a couple days, weeks, before the cheating happens, right? Before the do is due, right? It's her vetting. It's like having a job that you don't like anymore, and now you're looking for another job. You do the interviews and stuff, and you get the other job. And once you get the other job, then you'll quit. Like, you don't quit first, then try to get the other job, right? When a guy, cheats, a way of looking at it is he has a job, but then he was offered a side hustle or a side job. He was offered something for the weekends, like, oh, I can mow the lawn and get $20 on Saturday. Oh, no problem. He's not gonna quit his job for that opportunity. That's the difference. That's why it's, like I said, it's worse when a woman cheats, right? A female cheats, because it 99% of the time leads to the relationship ending. Because the only reason that's going to happen is because the relationship is ending, already has ended. So the faster she goes from into a new relationship while she's still in a relationship, it'll seem like it's fast. Like, oh damn, that was fast. Like, you broke up and you're with me and you're already in another relationship. That was fast. No, it wasn't. She already got that job. She already got that relationship while she was in a relationship with you. Then now she's leaving. But when a guy takes an opportunity that presented itself, it was just that. It was just an opportunity. He accepted it, but he had no plans to replace his current situation, his current job for it. It was just a side job, right? It was just, that's it. It was just a gig. It was a side gig, side hustle. A quick booty. It was nothing serious, but, in this day and age, you got a lot of people out here trying to say everything's the same, everything's equal. It's like, no, everything's not the same, everything's not equal. There's differences. Like I said, for a guy to cheat, a woman has to already started the process of cheating. She had to have chosen the guy to cheat and started giving him the time and the attention for the cheating to happen. Because he can't have sex unless she says yes. And that has to be her decision. And females don't open their legs unless they're in love. I'll say 90% of the time, right? 90% of the time, they gotta be in love to open their legs. So it's not easy for her to open her legs unless she's in love, right? So logically. So she has to love you to open up to you. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, all that extra stuff, right? So that's why it's like really important to understand this. Like, you gotta be careful what you're doing. Because even if you, like I said, soft cheating, even if you don't realize that your interactions on social medias or even at social events, like you physically go somewhere, like a party or something, or some type of event like Disneyland or something, and you're spending a little bit too much time interacting with the opposite gender, and it's slowly changing from a hey, where's the bathroom type of conversation to hey, what kind of panties are you wearing or something, or what kind of guys you like, or or some sort of, you get the idea. Like, if the conversation changes from a normal stranger conversation to y'all acting like y'all best friends type of conversation, there's a problem there. That's cheating. And there's many other things. I can go through a long list of different things that constitutes as cheating, but I just wanted to point out the fact is like, yeah, wanting to go to the clubs when you're in a relationship, that's a form of cheating. Talking to other guys in general, for long periods of time, especially privately, like through DMs and other, private methods, is cheating. And just physically going somewhere where no one knows your name, you're a stranger there, and then you get into some stranger action, right? Because it's like, well, I'm in a different city, no one knows who I am, so no one can snitch, right? Find out that I did something if I end up doing something. Part of the problem with traveling, right, to a different location without your man and whatnot. It's not that he doesn't trust you, he just doesn't trust the situation. He doesn't trust that something couldn't happen, because if it could, it would. That's the problem. If something can happen, it will happen. God forbid something extremely terrible other than you cheating happen, like you get killed or something, or kidnapped and put into some sex trafficking or something. God forbid something like that was to happen. And of course he will want to prevent it as much as he can. Cheating is just like, it's a lot more likely to happen than getting kidnapped, right? Like, that's the thing. That's why it's like very important for guys to be cautious. That's why guys are cautious. It's not insecurity, it's not lack of trust, it's more of common sense. It's more that he actually trusts that you would do something that you shouldn't do. He trusts that if you're in a situation where one thing can lead to another, that because it could happen, it would happen, is why he doesn't agree with these types of things, these types of activities, because these things could happen, especially if the way he met you was at the club or through Instagram or through a girls trip. If these were the ways you found your boyfriend or husband, for you to think, oh, I can do this and it not be a problem, really though? Ladies, I expect y'all to be smarter than that. No way you got your boyfriend through Instagram and think that, oh yeah, I could just keep you on Instagram and that wouldn't be a problem. It's like, that's how you got your boyfriend, so yeah, there's a possibility it could lead to cheating, because that's how you got your boyfriend, that's how you got his attention. So obviously this will be how you get the guy you cheat with attention. Same thing with the club, same thing with girls trip. Anytime you're in a situation where there's guys involved, that's going to create a problem, because we all know males and females cannot be friends unless males and females suddenly evolve to a point where sex does not matter. Sex is not a thing. Sex is not something we can do. We physically don't have the biological tools, penis and vagina, to have sex, right? Guys and gals can't be friends. Y'all barely can. We could barely be acquaintances. I mean, think about it. It's hard to be boyfriend, girlfriends, husband and wives because of sex, right? Because of the fact that, yes, there's always some guy out there that will talk to you, that will give you attention, and you'll probably entertain it, right? That's the thing. The temptation is always out there. And the idea is we're always supposed to have boundaries, rules, restrict ourselves, prevent ourselves. It's the same thing as like being on a diet, right? It makes no sense for you to have your house full of junk food and think you're going to have a successful diet. No, at some point you're going to go grab some of that junk food and ruin the diet, which is why you get rid of the junk food, and stick to your diet. I mean, speaking of, shit, I lost a pound, well, 3 pounds in the past week, so that's awesome. Not only have I lost, I've been able to keep it off. That's the thing. I've been able to maintain weight. I haven't been gaining weight, and I've lost 3 pounds. So, woot woot for me. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm doing. But anyway, do better, be better. You know, if you want to be a wife, do what you do. It's not that hard for you to get guys' attention. You got Instagram, you got girls trips, you got clubs to get guys' attention. But once you get them, the way you keep them is by not getting other guys' attention, by not interacting with other guys. Right? You know. And what's always annoying is hearing females on the internet, right, complaining about guys not being loyal. But y'all know better. It's like women of the past used to be better, because women of the past, if they complained that, oh, I dated this guy and he cheated on me, and then you ask her, have you ever cheated? She will be like, no, of course not. And we will believe her. The reason why is because, yeah, it makes sense. You wouldn't do that which you don't like. You wouldn't treat others the way you don't want to be treated. But the funny thing is, in this generation, it's like, oh, if he cheats, I get to cheat too. But if he makes $1 million, I should be able to make it. This whole idea of just always, which is very childish, a very childish mindset of like, well, if this person does this, I get to do it too. It's like, no. 2 wrongs don't make it right. You're not the hero of a situation. You're not the hero of the situation by doing the same thing the villain did. That makes no sense. 2 wrongs don't make it right. If you're a good woman, then that's what you will always be, a good woman. That means you don't cheat, you don't lie, you don't steal, and the list goes on. Especially if you're a Christian woman. I hate that idea of like women out here talking about good with God and Christianity and Bible and all that stuff. Yet they've cheated. They have high body counts, and the list goes on. And it's like, you not Christian. If you're a virgin and you know, and Bible and this and that, there, I'm like, okay, you got that. I respect that. You are true to what you're supposed to be. You have boundaries, morals, code, standards. You know, you're of high quality. But can't be out here with a high body count, talking about, you know, going to church on Sundays, talking about you deserve a great man. It's like, a great man deserves a great woman, and you're not that at all. You know, and it's not that the information is not out there. It's not like other people didn't tell you. It's definitely not like guys ain't telling you that, you know, your value specifically for marriage and girlfriend, you know, to be girlfriend, because that's why we have the term girlfriend material and wife material. This podcast is called Wife Material. The reason why we have that is because it's material. That means you meet the standards. That means you meet the criteria for it. Just like if you want to be a doctor, you have to meet the criteria to be a doctor. That means you have to do everything that a doctor can do. You can't only have the name, you know, the title of a doctor, and don't know how to do anything, don't know how to do a checkup, or how to prescribe shit, or how to do brain surgery, whatever. Like, if you don't know how to do your job as a doctor, you don't deserve to be a doctor. Same thing as being a wife. If you don't meet the criteria and requirements to be a wife, you're not really a wife. Just like you're not really a girlfriend. If you still want to go to clubs, talk to guys on Instagram, go to girls trips and shit, be in a different city or country than the guy you're in a relationship with, like, that's not girlfriend material. That's not wife material. That's not even the material of a good woman. And that's the end of the podcast.